All right, perfect. See if I can see Sam. Yeah, I can see the whole floor. Okay, so this is 50, and this is going to be where our normal spread 5-out read and react offense. I call it 50 and not 5-out because referees think you call it timeout. So I say 50. I've gotten that many times and they don't take the timeout back. So this is our 50 spread. We stay 3 to 5 steps behind the read line. Sam, if you just back up, please. We recording. Thank you. Here, so if you be 3 to 5 steps behind the read line, I like to set up right behind the dot. And then we have our wings set up spread wide. Then we have our corners spread to the corner. If we shrink the court, you guys just walk right up to the hug line, right to the read line. If we shrink the court, then we know the defense now shrink the court and just look at the spacing. Defense will be off in defensive position. In the gaps, we take away lanes from our cutters because the defense collapsed, right? Again, can we get right back to our original spots, please? Perfect. So now look how much more the passing lanes has opened up, right? So now, if I'm at the point, boom, I have all of this space now, right? All of this space now versus right back inside. Come down again. If I go over here, just look at how much more space that closes that defender affects my defender most certainly with their hand on the ball. So we want to execute spacing is the most important thing. We got to hold ourselves accountable to the spacing. Okay? So we just gonna go through the motion. When you pass, you have to cut hard looking for the ball. So if I pass, let's go through the motion. If I pass, say pass it to me. As I pass, it passes to me as I cut, right? Even if I'm not looking at you, right? So here, this is what happens a lot in the game because the players going through the motion as opposed to making them move and try to score. So I go here, because I never looked for the ball perfect, right? So as I cut through, I want to cut with a purpose, boom, cut hard like I would, right? The speed, the velocity, and that helps later on down the road to open up options for the next layer, which is a draft drive or a dribble out. But hard cutters open up options for the next player. Also, it gives you opportunities to score. So now we'll go through the rotation. We'll start at the point. Yep. Slowly. Good. Freeze. So now freeze. So now freeze. So now, Mateo, what spot is open? Perfect. Freeze. Did Mateo just shrink the court? So we want to always stay out wide. Holding them accountable, making sure he's filling out wide. Coach Carroll will now rotate to fill that spot. Sam, what's the open spot? Go ahead out. We're just going to walk it out instead of jogging. Right, for the purpose of the camera. Perfect thing. So now, the way we pass to the right, we fill out to the left. Okay, so whichever way you pass, you fill out to the opposite corner. Okay? If we go back, if Sam go back to the middle, Carl go back to his spot. If Shay for some reason took a bounce, the defense stopper took a bounce, so she has to pick up. Now she's trapped. That's a hard pass all the way across the court. That's a very, very hard pass. As talented as Shay is, that's still a hard pass. However, we reduce the chances of it getting stolen by rotating up. So now this is a better angle for Shay to get out of trouble because now Mateo can make a better angle here. We can get out of trouble. We can reset. Right? So we always want to close the gaps for shorter passes to minimize turnovers. Okay, minimize turnovers. Okay, so we'll just go through it and we'll walk through a couple passes, about 3 passes, then we'll stop and then we'll get into the next set. All right, ready? Just walk. Yep, good. Good, good. To the right. Yep, yep. We're just going to walk through it. 3 passes. Good. To the right. Good. Coach rotating up. Good. Yep. Yep. Good. What you cut, coach? Good. Good. Coach is rotating up. Good. Coach, you keep going to the open spot. Good. Yep. Again. Perfect. Free. So this is the unwritten rule. This is the exception to the rule, not unwritten rule, exception to the rule. When Sam cuts from the corner, what's the only spot that's open? Excellent job, the corner. So only time you don't go to the opposite way that you pass is if you cut from the corner, because you have to replace it. There's only one spot open. Okay, so the exception to the rule, feeling opposite, is when you cut from the corner. Only place open is to replace right back out to the corner. Okay, what I like to do in that sense on the older kids team is if I'm the corner cutter, boom, that spot is not open. I'm going right back to X cut for a pick and roll situation with my guy. Now we're playing 2-on-2. Right? So now we're playing 2-on-2. So that's what I do with the older kids. The younger kids, for the sake of them going through the drill or what have you, unless you're getting into pick and rolls, you can kind of keep it just replaced back to the outside. Because with the younger kids, they gonna get caught. Just like this, when Coach Pat cut Coach, then they gonna look and the coach gonna be saying, you gotta stay with him. Right? So space is imperative at the younger level because they're gonna be hugging their player. They don't know weak side help, so you're gonna kill them on front cuts and rear cuts at the younger age because kids won't get out of the mud just because their IQ is not there yet. Okay? So that's sort of the 5-out scenario that I call 50, which is the standard read and react pass cut field set, right? So now we'll get into practice how we drill it and how layers are super important to build up from the ground for the younger kids. So Mateo, you can stay there, coach, you stay there. Shay, you come here on the baseline. Baseline right there. Baseline on that side. Good, coach, you come in and drill for this side. She's gonna go corner. Right, so coach is just gonna So this is called front cut and rear cut. This is called front cut and rear cut. This is what we do. We read the defense, right? So especially for our younger players, we want to start with having them be able to understand if I'm going to cut, which cut to use, the front cut or the rear cut. Okay? So the front cut is if I go here and I try the rear cut, what is the defense going to do? Just deny it. You take it away. Right? So first thing I gotta be able to do is read the defense. Right? If I go here, I'm gonna take what the defense is giving me. Let them pass because the defense gave me the front cut. If the coaches are telling them jump the gap, right? So what happens when the coach is telling them jump the gap? Boom, they jump, I'm rear cut. Right? Because they go over the steal. So we reading the defender. If the defender has 1 foot over the read line, denying me hard, denying me, so now he's trying to deny me, right? Trying to deny me, pushing me to the baseline. Now I'm just taking a rear cut. I got him toasted, right? So this is the read line. 3-point line is our read line. All these are our basketball principles, right? All we're doing is instilling basketball principles that we're watching the defense read line. Anytime the defender is over the read line, non-negotiable backdoor cut. Non-negotiable, okay? And we want to hold our players accountable, especially as they start to get in the 8th, 9th grade. If they aren't executing these initiatives, we want to have them sit next to us and talk to us if they're taking away opportunities for us to score. Or they allow the defense to sit still, which isn't helpful to our development nor our execution of the game. Okay, so what this drill does is we don't have the defender here. The baseline person is going to act as a defender. Just for the sake of getting warmed up, this is what I run in the beginning of the game as a warm-up. In addition to layup lines, this is how we start to get our blood flowing. So they pass, they close out. We first work on front cuts. Okay, so Sam would close out here, get a good teammate. All right, I'm going here, I'm cutting here. I'm scoring, I'm going to the opposite line. Sam is replacing me. Good. Sam is in space. Sam is replacing me. Now, if I am the person on the baseline, Sam just went. So now we rotate to the opposite person. I go here, boom, I close out, he's faking, she front cuts, I replace me. Right, so now who do the ball go to next? Up top. So we rotate from up top to the side, up top to the side, right? Okay, so, or another way you may be able to do it, let's say the younger kids, so that they don't get confused with the flip-flop, is you can go here, you can close out, you can go front cut, good. You should rotate up, good. You go to the corner, right? The defender can go to the corner for the younger kids. So that way you go from that line to the corner up top. But for the older kids, I have them to start to think, switching in and out, you know, at a higher level. Okay? So that's front cut. We should just take it. The coach just go there quickly. So now we'll work on rear cut.
Choppy steps. Two ball inside out. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
So now we'll work on rear cut. These are the first two layers. First layer, front cut, rear cut. Most important principle. Right? So I'm here. Defense denying higher. Boom. I'm taking what the defense gives me. Rear cut. And I'm scoring. Okay, so we would drill it the same way. Go back to the same. So for the sake of the drill, Sam's now going to step over the read line. Step over the read line. Go over my forehead. So again, teammates on the baseline are just being good teammates, helping us to exercise our minds just as much as our bodies throughout our drill, getting ready to think.
You're good.
Okay, getting ready to think again. So those are front cuts and rear cuts. Okay, so now I'll go into Laker cuts, okay, which is actually layer 3. I'll go back to layer 2 in a second. But layer 3 is Laker cuts for the sake of being in this drill. So that's where we want to be when we're in the post. I'll show you why. Sam is the defender, and I go post up here, right? And I go post up here. I don't have nowhere to work. I'm limited to going one way. So if the defenders don't know that, and they're going to play my high side, but if the defender plays this way and I'm here, they burn. I'm going to score. I'm hoping she don't play that way, right? So again, she want to push me. She's going to sit right here, right? She's going to sit right here, forcing me to move over here. One way. Right? So we want to stay away from that. When we go Laker cut, we want to be right here in the middle. So no matter which way she plays, I can eat. Which is she plays that way, she plays this way, I can eat this way. I still got space to get to the basket. Okay, so when we set up, we always want to set up here as a Laker cutter. When we cut, we want to cut in this area right here. We don't want to cut too far under the hoop, because we take away another opportunity to go right and left. Okay, so we cut this area here off the Laker cut. So what happens is, when I was start with the baseline, we pass it up. She gets to the middle. I'm passing here. Me, she's going higher up. Right? Higher up. If the defense is cheating to the baseline, she's gonna come off the Laker cut high. Or if I'm up top, if I'm here, I'm coming off the Laker cut high and low. So we should just read the defense, right? Again, boom. If the defense take the baseline away, boom, we should come a Laker cut high around. Right? Just reading the defense. Good job. Just reading the defense. Laker cut high or low. So now, if I got a defender right here, coach, and I got 1 out, 4 in, and I got 1 out, 4 in, so I got 4 around the perimeter shake. Come on here. Good. So this is sometimes my spread offense right here. So what I would do is I would start with a player opposite block. Yeah, I would start with a player opposite block. I'm on the sideline talking to my player here. The tail back So now, I know I'm leaving that whole half of the floor open because I want to get in there and get the girl, right? So now I go live. This is what I run in the zone. Live. If they stay there, why do teams go to zone? Because they get beat. So we up on the clock. That's why it's still not. So because they're getting beat. So if they okay with staying there, we right here. All right, cool. Sam will stay there. Sam will stay there until we now live. Boom, I'm right to the basket. Make the cutter to the basket. Right? So again, everything we do is quick interaction. When you pass, it's a non-negotiable. You must cut. Right there, you got shooters. But once I call live, and Sarah get it there, she got one-on-one with all this space. Remember, there's nobody on the side. If the defense collapse from the weak side, where help gonna have to come from? We got shooting. Right? So we killing defense. All right, we're gonna make them come out of that zone quickly. Okay, so that's just the execution for later cut. Okay, if we spread wide, we got 5 out back. 5 out. Good. So now if Shay passes, I'm the defender. I'm being told, bump the cutter. I take the pack away from Shay. Why fight? This is wasted time. We get into the next best action. Shay now we're gonna play the cutter. Boom. Boom. Okay, we don't fight through strings, we turn into a Laker cutter. Or a quick hitter. So we put all that time on doing this. Now my ball header will get a 5-second count.
Much better.
Because they waiting for me to get to the next action. When the next best action is to get into a Laker cut situation, right? So I don't necessarily run this as a set. It's principles that I give my kids that they have in those moments. I run more of a flex offense now with a little bit more motion, and I'll sort of demonstrate that up forward again. Okay, so these are principles for our younger kids who want to play this set so that they can get the foundation, and then as they get older, you can start making it up. Flex offense.
What if it's too far distance between the younger kids? So
That's okay. We got
can
dribble.
they dribble?
We're gonna show you the dribble at too. That's the next layer. We're gonna go over 3. Layer 3 gonna be a dribble at, which is sends the person that they dribble towards the basket as a cutter.
Okay.
Okay, we'll go through that. See, again, high basketball IQ over there. Yeah, so that is Laker cut. So let's go to 2 passes and then hit the Laker cutter, and then the Laker cutter hits the passer for a layup, just for the sake of the camera. Remember, after we pass, we must cut and field. Right, so that's 1. Go ahead, Sam. Good. Coach, close it, coach. Good. That's 2. Good. Start there. Good. Good. 3. Okay, stop. Stop in the middle. Good. Become a later cutter. Yep. Boom. Pass the coach. Good. Then Mateo, so one more time. Let's clean it up. One more time. Same way. Let's clean it up. 3 passes. Third person who passes becomes the Laker cutter. Good. 1. Good. 2. Good. 3. Laker cutter. Check. Good. Yes. Beautiful. So that's the Laker cut. So now, again, the way we would drill it, if we went back to the baseline, let's do it one time. So Sam's just gonna pass it up top. She's gonna sit. She's gonna pass it there. Sam's gonna make herself big. Stay. So when we warming up, we're not moving at all. We're warming up, we're stationary. One more time, go back. When we're warming up, we're stationary. I know that takes away the principles of pass and cut, but we just getting in the execution, getting our minds together with our sets, right? So get in there. Boom. There. Yep, to that. Good. Stay. Yep. High and low. Right? So now Mateo, you rotate here. Sam, you replace him. Coach, you would go opposite line, and then there will be a line here. I will be filling in. Right? You go opposite, coach. And I will be filling in. So I'm gonna do the same thing here. Boom. Get big. Boom. Here. Make it cut it low. Boom. Replace. Rotate. Yeah, it'll be 2 balls, 2 different lines on the opposite side of the hoop. You'll be doing doing the same thing on opposite side. You just switching lines and the person who shoots the layup.
So it's going on at the same time.
Okay, it's going on at the same time so we can get a lot of touches in. Okay?
Demonstrate that with the ball.
Yeah. Patience. Good. Perfect. Go through it a couple times. Good. Not there. There. All right. So then they just rotate line. Now we'll get into dribble at. What Coach was talking about. Coach was saying, like, what is it? How do we? What if the pass isn't there, or what if the kid can't make that pass? So we have an unwritten rule that anytime your player dribble towards you above the read line, which is a 3-point line, you can use a dribble at. And when you dribble towards your teammate, it's an automatic cut. So it acts as as if you passed, you must cut. When you dribble at, your teammate must now cut, because that acts as a pass. Okay? So just for the sake of the 5 out, let's get 5 out. So now, Mateo, go deny Shea high. Deny her high, take it away. So now, coach come deny, come DB up. Coach is in my bubble. Coach in my bubble. He'll pass the defender. He's not letting me get anything. He's not letting me get anything. Now, I recognize I have what? Space. Right? So if coach is in my bubble, and Mateo's in her bubble, who's covering here? Right? Normally, coach would be there, Mateo would be in help, right? Which took away that driving lane, right? So that shrinks the court or my opportunity. When they're pressuring us, no problem. We gonna burn them because we have unwritten rule. I'm gonna call dribble at, and I'm gonna go this way, and now as soon as I dribble at Shea, she's going back door. Right? Because they took away the pass, right? And now we don't want our kids passing the ball all the way across the court, so we'll use our dribble to push our teammate towards the basket. Okay, so anytime your teammate begin to dribble towards you and don't pass it to you, you must cut. Non-negotiable. Okay, one more time. So pass the defender, coach will call dribble at. Boom, I'm gonna hit Shea. Boom, right away. Shea will agree to me because we always watching the ball. Coach, all she gonna say is dribble at. Even if I go this way, on the dribble at, that person is still now I'm coming back this way. And now I got 2 cutters. Okay, but I know I'm reading Shea because I got a mismatch there, and this is a higher percentage chance of scoring on this side versus that side. Okay, so I'm gonna take the defense there, I'm gonna come back with my dribble at. Okay, so now for the sake of a drill, we got all this is doing, again, coach is closing out. Coach is closing out. I'm dribbling at Shea. Going back. I say, coach will touch me. I stay here. Shea go to the next line. So that's the dribble at in the warm-up line. One more time. Coach, good to see you high. Boom, before Shea. I hit her. We scored, now we replace. Now we're right back in our same thing. Let's run it on both sides. Sweat going, getting our juices going, getting our mindset going. Okay, and it looked pretty before the game. It looked good before the game. You know? But everything we run is our offense. We don't drill things that's not helpful to our kids understand game influence, right? So what we do influence the game, right? So let's run the 5 out. Let's do 3 passes into a dribble out, and the person, and then hit the cut. Walk through. Good. Walk it down. 2. Good. 3. Good. Cut me. 3. So C. No, that's fine. No, so stay. Good. That's perfect, guys. Stand on the rebound. You stand out and do like this way? No. So Sam can still fake here, and now I'm going to dribble back towards coach. And coach is cutting back short. Right? So there's never a mess up. Because coach may not have cut. Because that's what she does. Her defense got her here. Right? So she can't cut. So now she's going to do that back to the top. So there's never a bad action. That's the beauty of it. There's never a bad action. That's actually killing the game. If coach passes, why is she going to cut for the sake of cutting and take it away? She might fake it and say, oh, okay, it's taken away. Right? Which is totally fine. Okay, then we need to get our legs that's out. Okay? We're going to run it, 3 passes, and do a dribble out. 2. Good. 3. Good. 3. Coach, that's your dribble out there. Right? Third time. Dribble out for Sam.
Okay.
All right, one more time. Right. Third pass, dribble out. 1. Rotate up, coach. All the way over, coach, all the way. Good. 2. Good. Good. Yes. Excellent. Excellent job. One last time. Excellent job. So keep in mind, keep in mind, Shay made a cut. Shay made a cut because the teammate might have turned her head. We missed her. Totally fine. Mateo passes. Quickly, Mateo cut. 3. Totally fine. Right? So what we have to do is leave these 2 spaces up. I rotate up 1, right to fill Shay's spot, but Mateo passes quickly. I still got to keep on coming and close the gap. So you always got to fill up until you're 1 pass away. Okay? Always keep filling until you're 1 pass away. All right? And then what Shay and Mateo would then recognize is I'll call 50 against 50. 50, we'll get back balance. 50. We get back balance. Right there, Shay. Right there. We get back balance, and then we right back into what we running. Okay?
That's what you call your motion, 50?
50 instead of 5 out, so that
Right.
they thought, so they hear timeout the
Right.
referee.
Right.
So 50. So 51. So 51 against zone, we call these flanks. Right? Short corners, we call them flanks. And we pass and we banana cut to the middle. So and I actually just changed this because before I would have mine releasing. At the higher level, you might want to do both, but I'm gonna switch mine at the 8th grade level. So normally, when I go here, I don't cut directly to the ball because it's a zone. So I banana cut. I go here between the 2, and I find the soft spot in the zone. Right? So now we're playing the triangle game. Right? So if Shay passes and cuts and it's not there, she sucks the defense out. Then Shay keeps going. Now I pass and cut. Right? So it's like a little triangle game. Right? And that quick hitter right here, go right back, Shay. The quick hitter that's in the open is this right here. Right? So the Shay underneath. Boom. So she's clear. Boom. That's that second pass. Okay? Well, for the sake of slowing it down, okay, we just playing a triangle game. Right? Shay gonna be wide out here. We're gonna be watching the defense. Shay gonna get it to me. Boom, she gonna make her cut low. She might come make her cut high just to move the defense, to open it up, to pass down here. So we play with it a little bit. Okay, but what I like to do is soften the zone by getting in the soft spot and playing in the triangle offense.
I don't see the triangle.
Oh, sorry. So 1, so Shay get the ball there. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, once she moves,
She moves. Okay. We still got a triangle because we're going to have this person rotating over. Good. Go to the gap. Sam can be here, so we still always got a
okay,
triangle.
that's what I want to see. I see it
Always
now.
got a triangle. Yep.
Okay.
Always got a triangle. Or if Kyle's there, Shay, come back here. Kyle stays there. Kyle don't come all the way back over. I can go shake and cut through. I can pop back out because it's right there. Now shake and just replace the flat on Meese. Keep going. Good, Meese. That's good. Meese can come over. Now we flash middle. Now we run back into our triangle stop. Okay, shake and keep going all the way to the corner. All right. So the way I run it with a little higher level pitch, that's great. I love that. I'm actually changing mine to that because we got it. But like the way I normally would run it is 3 out top. We in the zone, right? They in the zone. I got my short corners. The way I would run it is I find a soft spot, right? Depends upon what this person does dictates the movement from these two people. If Shay goes there, she's cutting out to the pass. I'm getting out of there. Coaches rotate here. I'm replacing, right? Shay's replacing here. However, go right back to the set. So again, if Shay goes to me, so you see how that opened up one more time. If Shay go to me, boom, free. Now Sam is releasing, opening up this side here, opening up the court. If Shay goes to Sam, boom, I'm driving, it's right there. Okay, he's free. So this person got to be watching me. Everybody got to be watching the ball, right? So if Shay goes to Sam, I'm getting out of there. Coach rotating. I'm here opening it up. Coach, you keep rotating, right? I'm rotating. You can stop it right. Now we're right back in our set. Right? Coach keep rotating. Close the spot. If Coach goes to If Shay goes to me, Sam quickly popping, opening up the back door for Shay. Okay, so I'm constantly spacing the floor, constantly finding the gaps in the defense. So you got that. Because what's going to happen in the zone is if Shay goes to me, if I open up and it's not there, once I go here, what is the defense going? Boom, wide open. Either way, or a nice jump down to my flank on this side. Okay, so the floor is, the C is going to spread, right? Because we stand wide in those flanks, and we got spacing with our guys who are out wide. Wide open shot. Good. All right, wide open shot. So that's my 51. So I go to 51 when I add the 2 in the flanks. Right? The banana cut. Right. Yeah, in the triangle. Right. Banana and triangle is 51. Okay, and we still got our same principles. Right? Same principles apply. Okay?
So you take the ball 54 on a 4 pass, the guy's going to take that for a 4.
Love it. Right? Yes. 4 passes and go back door. That's what I do. 3 dribble that. Get the cutter. So now, I'll just demonstrate my flex offense quickly, and I'll let the kids have some fun and talk about it. So, my flex offense, Coach will start right here. We're going to start there. Shane, you start the corner. Right, so opposite. So we want to be right at the 28-foot mark on opposite side. So we start with the overload. So Coach Misha is going to be setting a double screen for Shay. Okay, but Shay can't go until the ball is in Coach Powell's hands. So me as a coach, I got my player right here, live. Once I call live, Shay knows she watching for the pass. Shay got to have patience to set up the screen. Live. Now Shay got patience coming off the double screen. Perfect. Freeze. If Shay don't have it, fine. Shay can keep the ball there. Right? Shay don't have it. She come back up top. Screen down. Right? Now Shay, he's coming off the double screen on the opposite it about her. Make it about her. When did this person ever get in the action? Right? So now, Sam is setting a higher screen now for me. Sam's now setting a higher screen for me now to come here. Right? Now I'm going to put the gun down. Now, right? If that isn't there, and I go back across, Sam can now flash. Right? Boom. Now we got a two-man game here. Okay, now we got a two-man game here. So let's just slow it down just a little bit. Let's not run, let's walk. On the hop. What's up, baby? What's up, coach? How you doing,
Coach, and this offense is for what defense?
This is for man-to-man or zone.
You can use them for both.
I use it both. Both, because it's just constant movement, constant screens, constant down screens, constant pop-outs. You got your runner running the baseline to get your three-point shot, so you can run it against both, right? Because here, now you pinning the inside of the zone. Now they can't get over to help position to rotate over, right? So this can be work for either way, as long as your kids know what they're doing, you know. So I can call live. Jay knows getting ready. Boom, we get it across. Jay get it across. Boom. So down, at the same time. Boom. Posting it there, flashing. Boom. Now I got back door. Boom, that's out there. Reset. No problem. It's not there. Sam, get there. Reset. Good. Reset. Right now. Now Shay. Again, now we right back in it. Right? Again, let's get into it.
So you set your flex up there like 51 then.
Just like 51. It's like you split the point and have one person in the corner as opposed to having three around the perimeter. Yeah. So now we bring that person up high, putting our shooter running the baseline as opposed to having three around the perimeter. So we're started over. So five, we'll start there. Start there. Good. That's okay. Yep. Boom. Start there. Good. Boom. Good. Power reflection. Yep. Good, coach. So now, go across. Good. Up to the top. Start there. Boom. Up here. Boom. Start there.
So you always got two up top, three down below.
Boom. Need it. Okay, so it's constant movement.
You always have two up top, three on the
Always two down below. And then, most important thing here, then we go to our pick and roll series. Right? This is our isolation basketball. Then we go to our pick and roll series. So we just go live. Now we go to our pick and roll series. Now if I come up and we screen, and the screener try to go high, she's turning the corner. The screener and her because her coach can't. You got it. Come here, coach. Coach out with me. So then we go to our pick and roll series where we start to have to understand what the options are in the ISO. Right? So if I go to the screen and coach fight over the screen, I automatically drive the ball. You automatically drive the ball. You put your shoulder down and you drive anytime your defender fights over the screen. If your defender goes under the screen, I'm pulling up for the jump shot. Bam. Right? So we teaching this in that pick and roll ISO off the flex. Right? On the screen, if the ball handler drags both defenders up that way and they get caught, we fade. Right? So I teach that based off the read in the pick and roll. What the defender do dictates our action, right? Whether we drive, whether we shoot, or whether the screener gets the shot as the fader. Right? So I go through that one more time. I'll go before I forgot the third one. So again, on the screen, coach calling it. coach will say fight over. You turn the corner, automatic. Triple sword. One more time. One more time. On the screen, automatically turn the corner. Because what's going to happen, this person will get caught puppy dog and shit trailing, right? So boom, they fight over. Boom, they trailing. I'm going to go straight to the back. Okay? Second option. Second option, defense goes under. Defense goes under. Pull up with the jump shot. Right? Third option. Most important option is to hit the roller. The roller has to go screen the man, not the spot. The man, not the spot. Here, once I sit, I hold, I release. I hold for 2 seconds, then release. Okay, one more time. Most important thing, you gotta hold the screen in order to be open as the roller. What's that? 1, 2, release. I'm open. So 2 seconds, that's the third option. Fourth option, ball handler drags the 2 defenders up top. I fade with a jump shot. One time. Boom. Drag. I fade. I'm knocked down. Right? Boom. Okay.
Proper screen
Yes.
against a defender. Show what that looks like.
One more time. Proper swing on the defender. I want to sit down. I want to get here. I want to hit them right in the middle. I want their shoulder to be right in the center of my chest. Their shoulder right in the middle of my chest. Right in the middle of my body. I'm sitting down. Okay, I'm not up here skinny. I'm not screening the spot. I need to get to the body. I need to get to the body right on top of it.
And
If
how
I
close
screen
is
the
it?
spot, they just slide over. Okay, so we want to screen the body. All right, got it? Perfect. Good, that was good. It's a good out. Already, right?